You wake up and you don't feel like getting up. You look at your to-do list and you don't feel like starting. You know what you need to do, but your body and mind whisper, not now, later, tomorrow. And so you wait. And the day goes by and nothing changes. This is the trap most people live in. They act only when they feel like it. They move only when motivation strikes. But here's the truth no one wants to hear. The life you want is hiding behind things you don't feel. Like doing. The winners, the disciplined, the focused, the consistent. They aren't different because they enjoy hard work. They're different because they do it whether they feel like it or not. Motivation is for beginners. Systems are for winners. And courage? Courage is built in the moments you push through resistance. Think about it. Every great thing in your life came from doing something uncomfortable. Studying for exams when you wanted to rest. Going to work even when you were tired. Having that difficult conversation you didn't want to have. But what about the goals you haven't reached yet? They're still waiting because you keep waiting to feel ready. Here's the wake-up call. You will never feel ready. Not fully, not consistently, and that's okay. Because action doesn't require readiness. It just requires action. If this message already feels like the truth you needed to hear, don't just nod your head. Subscribe to Mental Gold right now. This channel is where discipline is built. Silently, daily, powerfully. Now let's go deeper. Every time you do something you don't feel like doing, something powerful happens in your brain. You're not just finishing a task. You're rewiring your identity. Your mind learns a new rule. I can act without permission from my feelings. That's mental strength. That's real freedom. Because most people are slaves to how they feel. Think about it. If they feel tired, they stop. If they feel bored, they quit. If they feel uncomfortable, they avoid. But every time you push through that feeling, even for 5 minutes, you teach your brain that discomfort is not danger. You teach it that you are in control, not your mood. And slowly, without noticing, you become different. You become someone who follows through, not sometimes, but every time. The people you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the top performers, they don't wake up excited every day. They're not always motivated. They're not superhuman. They've just built the habit of acting before they negotiate. They don't wait for the right moment. They create it by starting. And here's the magic. Once you start, everything changes. The hardest part isn't the work. The hardest part is beginning. 5 minutes of action can destroy 2 hours of procrastination. One small step can change your entire state. You don't need to feel like running. You just need to put your shoes on. You don't need to feel like writing. You just need to open the document. You don't need to feel like cleaning. You just need to pick up the first item. The action creates the feeling, not the other way around. And here's the part that separates you from almost everyone else. Most people wait. You won't. That's why you'll win. If this is hitting you, if you know deep down that your future depends on what you do when you don't feel like it, comment right now. I act even when I don't feel like it. Make it public. Make it real. This is how you shift from average to disciplined. Let's go even deeper. So how you master this? How do you turn doing things you don't feel like doing into a natural habit? Here's how. 1. Decide once, not every day. Stop asking yourself every morning, do I feel like doing this? Because most days, the answer will be no. Instead, decide once. This is what I do. Every day. No debate. High performers remove choices. They don't argue with themselves. They wake up and do the work because it's who they are now. 2. Start ridiculously small. The key isn't to be perfect. It's to show up. Too tired to work out? Do 5 push-ups. Too lazy to write? Write 1 sentence. Too drained to study? Read 1 page. Why? Because small actions keep the habit alive. And once you start, momentum often takes over. 3. Use the 2-minute rule. When resistance feels heavy, promise yourself you'll just do 2 minutes. Sit down. Start. Most of the time, you'll continue beyond 2 minutes because starting kills procrastination. 4. Reframe discomfort. Stop seeing discomfort as punishment. See it as training. Every time you push through discomfort, you're not just finishing a task. You're becoming someone stronger. That's why discipline feels hard. It's not just about today's result. It's about who you're shaping yourself to be. 5. Track wins, not motivation. Stop asking, was I motivated today? Instead, ask, did I show up? Track your streak. Count the days you acted, no matter how small. Because success isn't built in huge moments. It's built in a quiet streak of ordinary days. And here's the ultimate mindset shift. You don't have to love it. You just have to do it. The ones who win aren't the ones who feel good all the time. They're the ones who act, even when they don't. That's why average stays average. And that's why you won't. Because starting today, you're different. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for the right moment. You act, even when you don't feel like it. That's the real power. The silent, unstoppable power that builds champions. So here's your challenge. The next time your mind says, not today, do it anyway. Do it unmotivated. Do it messy. But do it, because that's how the new you is built. Comment below. I act, even when I don't feel like it. Make it your declaration, your reset, your proof to yourself. And if you're serious about building discipline, mental strength, and a life that actually moves forward, subscribe to Mental Gold. No hype, no excuses, just quiet action. Every day, until the results can't be ignored.